Good evening, it's Edna Keep here, and I just want to have a little chat with you about some stuff that's going on in our world. So we are doing a big launch into our 90 Day to 5K program. This is a program that I have sold for $5,000 all throughout the year. I have had several students graduate, and I have got nothing but great feedback from it. People are very, very happy with what they've learned. I've got feedback throughout the course to see if there was anything that I needed to change or add. And as I make those or as I get that feedback, I add stuff in. Because I want to make sure that I cover off the terminology, make it easy for people to understand. So it is constantly changing. But this month, the December 2016, we have decided to do something we've never done before. And that is offer our course at a greatly reduced price. Now, for you to find out that price, I do need you to attend my webinar because it is beyond valuable to you. To register for the webinar, it's just www.the5yearplan, and that's the number 5. So THE, the number 5, YEAR year plan.ca. And that webinar is going to show you what it takes to become a real estate investor and earn some really good money. The whole premise of the program is that when you're done it in 90 days, you will know exactly what it takes for you to be earning $5,000 a month in passive income, and in 3 to 5 years, not in a lifetime. So if that's something that interests you, get on the masterclass. It's we did one this afternoon at 1 o'clock. We had quite a few people on, and a lot of interest in the program. The reason that we've decided to launch it this month and give such a great price on it is I very strongly believe that now is the time to be moving forward with your real estate investing. We are seeing some really great prices, and we're seeing some really good things happening in our economy. And when I say our economy, I'm talking about Western Canada. We think that in the next 18 months, if we buy now, that we're going to see some really sweet growth in there. Of course, you can't guarantee any of that. But we are seeing some reduced prices, and the other thing that's happening is the whole mortgage rules have changed. So a lot of homeowners or people who thought they were going to be first-time homeowners may be delayed. So what that means to us as real estate investors is we're going to have more and more renters staying in the market, less homes being bought in that price range. And I think a lot of homes that are going to be bought by first-time home buyers are going to have a basement suite in them to help them with the mortgage, because that is one of the rules that changed too, is now the lender, and not all of them, so check with your lender, check with your mortgage broker, check with a mortgage broker if that's what you're looking for, but they will let you use up to 100% of whatever you're collecting for rent from your basement suite. Or if you want to, you could be the one that lives downstairs and rent the upstairs. We've seen people do that too. Now, apparently with a brand new home, they're just going to give market rents. So if market rents for a basement suite are $800, that's what they're going to give you. If they're $1,000, and I'm not sure what it is on new homes right now, but check with your mortgage broker. They do an appraisal, and they ask for that. They say, what's the market rents? And they'll figure that out for you. Now, with a house that has a non-regulation suite, we just had our mortgage broker present to us last night at our Profit in the Prairies meeting, and she said that they will allow, but it's case by case basis. And if you're the homeowner and you choose to live downstairs in the non-regulation suite, that's your choice. It's your home, and you'll get credit for the upstairs rent. Now, the lease has to be placed for 2 years, though, so know that. There are some rules involved, and I'm not a mortgage broker, so I don't 100% know the rules. I'm just going by what we were told last night. So check with your mortgage broker if that's something that you're looking at. Another thing that I see going forward that is going to be great for real estate entrepreneurs is we're going to see more and more opportunities for rent to owns with these people, because you know what, they'll have the deposit. Maybe their debt coverage ratio is a little bit high, so they can't qualify, but they know they're going to be getting some good raises in the future, and there's lots of jobs where they tell you ahead of time what you're going to get for raises, and so we can get people into a rent to own and help them become homeowners, and it's a great strategy to use in a market like this, so keep that in mind too. And if you know of anyone that's interested in becoming a real estate investor, a real estate entrepreneur, have them reach out to me, because like I said, we're offering my 90-day to 5K program at a greatly reduced price throughout the month of December. And I did have some trepidation, I should say, about doing that, because we've offered it for $5,000. We've had lots of people go through the program. We've had great feedback. And one of the reasons why I've kept my price pretty high is I believe that if people put a good chunk of money in the game, they will show up. They will take the training, and it's only if you actually take the training and participate that you're going to do well with it. If you buy it and never watch it, or never show up, or never do your homework, you're not going to do well. It doesn't work like that. It's not education by osmosis. It's sitting on my shelf, I'm absorbing it. No, it doesn't work like that. There are 5 to 10 hours of homework each and every week, and it's intense. I've had people that fall behind and catch up, and the one nice thing about the program is once you've joined, you have lifetime access to it. So if you do fall behind because life gets in the way, just know that you can start it up again. And I do offer it. I offered it 3 times last year. I think we might move that up to 4 or 5 this coming year. The next one starts on December 6th. All are webinar-based training between an hour and an hour and a half. And then on top of that, like I said, there's going to be homework of between 5 and 10 hours. And why I have the difference between 5 and 10 hours is, you know what, if you're someone who has some real estate properties already, you understand a lot about it, you may have a little bit less homework than the person who's brand new and doesn't have any real estate at all. So somebody who's more experienced, their homework might be a little bit less. Or it might even be a little bit more, because sometimes people are just trained in a different way, or they've just kind of flown by the seat of their pants and figured it out on their own. And we just do things a little bit differently. So again, one of the things that I teach that I think a lot of people don't is I'm not into the fix and flip at all. Not that we haven't done it, we have, but I just think that that's another job. And I'm not interested in another job, and neither my husband nor I are very handy, so it doesn't do for us to do fix and flips. We'd have to totally hire it out, and we really just don't even want to do that. We like long-term buy and holds, and we like to buy apartment buildings for that. That's our business premise. We like to buy apartment buildings that are undervalued, maybe under rented, need better management, and maybe just haven't been run properly, or haven't got the rents up where they need to be, or higher than normal vacancy, things like that. That's the kind of apartment building that we like to buy, and then we like to increase the value. And one of the things with apartment buildings that's different from houses is you can, when you increase the value by increasing the rent, decreasing vacancy, getting more income into the property, less expenses, the value of your property goes up. And a lot of people don't realize it's different that way with your house. it wouldn't matter if you had a house worth 300,000, and it wouldn't matter if you were earning 2,500 a month on it or 15. The value is the same. And they, because they judge houses different. Houses are by whatever the market value is. It's not run like a business, which is also another reason why we have trouble getting financing with houses sometimes, or why you're limited with houses. With apartment buildings, the lenders look at it as a business. So they look to see if the profit, what the profit is, if the profit's going to carry the mortgage, and even through a down market, because they know that happens. So it just is mortgaged a little bit different. We actually find that apartment buildings are easier to finance than houses. We're at 15 houses now, so we can't get any more. And we also find that our investors like apartment buildings better too. And again, it's back to the fact that it's a business, not just a rental property. It's treated like a business. So if that interests you, learning how to create your wealth through apartment buildings, reach out to me or join our webinar tonight. We're actually putting, I see Mike put on here, hey, you're a day early. You know what? I am a day early. I usually do my Facebook Lives Friday morning at 10. I call them my free coaching Fridays. So if you have any questions, hop on tomorrow and ask away. I'm not going to talk real long tonight. I just want to be able to let people know that at 8 o'clock tonight, CST, so in about an hour and 20 minutes, we're going to be doing a live webinar, and I invite you to join us. Again, go to www.the5yearplan.ca. And if you're at all interested in a 5-year retirement plan as opposed to the traditional 40-year plan, I invite you to join us. Like I mentioned earlier, I've decided to put my program on sale. I really want to make a difference in a lot more people's lives. And my marketing team actually came up with the idea, not me. And they suggested that we try this. I said, okay, I'll try it for you for 1 month, and we'll see how it goes. Because one of my challenges with offering it at that price is I'm scared people won't be committed to it. It's not near as expensive as it usually is. And if people pay $5,000, it's very seldom that they don't show up for every class. And even if they miss one, they're looking for the recording. Where's the recording at? I need to see the recording. Got to get my homework done, because it builds on each other. From week 1 to week 12, you have to do them in order, because each and every one builds on the next one. And that's what you need to do in order to get your business in a place where you can attract investors, look after those investors so that they stay with you again and again, or invest with you again and again, and systematize your business so you're not building it all over again every time. Once you have it built and you have your systems in place, you're finding deals are coming to you, and we show you how to do that in the program, is how to find deals and how to get deals coming to you, and because that happens to us all the time now. We get some of the best deals handed to us out there because we're known as people that buy. And I actually had somebody call me today, and they said something about selling real estate, and I said, oh no, I don't sell real estate. I'm not a realtor. I just buy real estate. So there's a big difference there. And again, if you want to learn more about that, the other one that Chandel just told me to put, the 5yearplan.ca is to join the live class tonight at 8 o'clock. And 90days to 5k.ca is if you want to read more about the course ahead of time. It's a 12-week course. When we start out with your vision, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What would you like your life to look like? And then we move on to the gap, where you are versus where you want to be. And then we figure out what you need to do to get there. And then we help you build that. We help you build your own presentation. We believe that everybody has a story to tell, and everybody's story is different. And we want your personal story to be in your personal presentation. We don't believe in hour-long presentations. The best kind of presentation you can give to an investor is 15 minutes. And there will be some that will ask for more information, and that's fine. You can give it to them. But the majority of people will know if they're more interested in 15 minutes, if they want to know more. So keep your presentation to 15 minutes, and you'll probably have a lot more interested people. I also talk about some of the things to avoid when you're talking to potential investors, and some of the things that people just need to know when it comes to real estate. Because the biggest thing in real estate is, if you've never done anything with it before, is you don't even know what you don't know. I know when we started, I was a financial advisor for 20 years, and I didn't think of real estate as an investment. I just didn't even think of it that way. I'd never researched it. I'd never had anyone approach me about it. Until a client come in one day and said that she was thinking of getting into real estate. And all I could think of is, really, you want to get into something that grows like 3% a year? Those kind of numbers aren't very exciting to me. And I didn't have any idea about, I never took into consideration mortgage pay down, or the fact that 3% a year, if you leverage your property and only put 25% down, well, if your property grows 3%, you actually earn 12% on your money. Does that make sense? Because you only put 25% down on a property. So here's an example. You buy a $400,000 property. In a year, it's up 3%. So I used to think 400,000 times 3%, that's how much I earned on it. Not very much. But in reality, what it is the money you put in. So if you put in 100,000 or 25%, and your property grew 3%, that 100,000 grew 12%. Does that make sense? So we're going to talk about that a little bit more. We're going to talk about an average deal, a good deal, a worst case scenario deal, and how they can all work. Most of our deals have been average deals. They haven't been home runs. We've been buying apartment buildings since 2008, and really the price of them doesn't go down. We don't get much of a bargain. We get a bit of a bargain on some of them, and we're finding some of our best bargains right now. But they're not down to where the prices were 3 years ago. They're still higher. So just so you know, and we're still buying, because you know what? We believe the value of them is going up. We're paying anywhere from $95 to $125 a door, 127 even on a brand new building that we just got, and it's worth it. The cash flow's there, the numbers are there, and if the numbers aren't there just yet, we know that once the market turns around, the numbers are going to be there. And in the meantime, we've got our mortgage pay down, which really adds up to a lot. So again, tonight, 8 o'clock, so that's a little over an hour. And I'll see you on there. You're going to learn a lot. Come, bring notes, tell a friend, and let them know that Edna's gone a little crazy, and she's going to offer a program for less than half price, quite a bit less than half price. And you'll want to get on it, because I don't believe I will keep this price other than for the month of December. Our next class starts on December 6th. If that doesn't work for you, the class after that starts January 10th, but it does have to be paid for this month in order to get in on the program. So if that interests you, please come on to onto the class tonight. You're going to learn a lot. Like I said, invite a friend, neighbor, wife, whoever you want. Invite them over for coffee, or just send them the link. They're going to thank you someday if they've got any interest at all. Then you know what? They may not decide to do this themselves, but maybe they'll be your next best investor. I know we've had people go through the program and say, you know what? I love what I do already. That to me sounds like too much work, but I love what you're doing, so I'm going to invest with you. And somebody that you invite might be that person for you. So reach out, like I said, tonight to register for the class that starts at 8 o'clock Central. It's www.the5yearplan.ca. So I'd love to see you there. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.